Ciao ragazzi, benvenuti sul mio canale. Today we're going to be talking about how to live in Italy for free. And actually the tools and ways I'm going to be showing you in this video can actually be applied to living in almost every country for free. And before we get into the ways you can do this, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel by pressing the subscribe button and also pressing the notification button so you get notified every single time I upload a new video all about moving and living in Italy. So let's get into the ways which you can live in Italy for free. The first way in which you can do this I actually used when I visited Italy last summer, and that is by working at an English summer camp. Basically, in most, I would say, non-English speaking countries, for example Italy, there's loads of companies all across the country, various ones, that basically run English speaking camps for children. So their parents will send them away to it for 1 week and even a few months, and basically the kids will learn English in a really immersive way through singing, through dancing, through acting, through crafts and games, all sorts of fun stuff like that. It's like a really fun version of a school which can be taught in their native language but also can be taught in English. So last summer I personally went to a summer camp which was only taught in English, so the kids couldn't speak at all Italian to us because actually us as teachers didn't know any Italian, so even if the kids tried to speak to us in their native language they couldn't, which really pushed them to try to learn the language, you know, because that way they can communicate with us and like tell us that they need the bathroom or things like that, very basic things. It really pushed them to learn English to communicate those. So I personally had such a great time, and I actually met like my closest friends from there. I met my boyfriend from there. I just made such great connections from it. And basically how the company I was working for ran was we did a 1 week training which was unpaid for, but we got our accommodation, and the company are actually based in San Remo, which is close to Nice. So we got our accommodations paid for, which was kind of like a hotel hostel by the beach sort of situation. So cool, I know. We got trained outside in the sun, which was a little bit unbearable sometimes, but also really nice, and I got an amazing tan from it too. So that was the 1 week. And then how the company that I work for, every company is different, ran was we did 2 week camps at a time. So you would go to one location for 2 weeks, then you go to another location for 2 weeks, and then you'd finish basically. And then as a choice you can like go to more, but most people I think did two week camps and then the 1 week training. And I think the pay was around 250 euros for 2 weeks, I believe. It was around that price anyway. And we also got our accommodation paid for while we were working at these summer camps. So we got placed into like Italian host families. So we would be staying with Italian host families. They provided our food, obviously our accommodation, and also took us on trips to various places. And by the way, each person, each teacher got their own accommodation. So you wouldn't be staying with a family with other teachers, you'd be staying with a family on your own, which was really nice. You just felt like you were part of the family, not just like some teachers staying over, you know. It was really nice, and still to this day I'm still in contact, and I'm actually going to go visit my previous host families which I lived with when I was doing these summer camps. Other companies in Italy and in other countries too, your accommodation may be a little different. So maybe you'll be put into an Airbnb, maybe you'll be put into a hotel room. The situation can completely change and there will be little alterations to that, but the general gist of it is that you get your accommodation paid for, and also you get some like pocket money as well. And yeah, it's just a really fun immersive experience. You get a real taste for the culture, I'd say, especially for what I did because I was living with an Italian host family. I got to feel the Italian culture through that. Also get some money and accommodation and everything. Like, it was just a perfect scenario. The second way that you can live in a country for free is to be an au pair, and this is actually what I'm planning on doing when I go to Italy in a couple weeks time. So basically you get hired by a family to look after the kids. So if there isn't the summer holidays, you'll be looking after the kids before maybe and after school, and during the day you kind of get to do whatever you want usually. Maybe the family you're working for will ask you to do a bit of cleaning or something, but that really depends. But you'll get your accommodation for free because you're like their au pair and you're staying with them. And also they'll pay you a bit of pocket money again. That can be from anywhere between maybe like 100 to 400 euros, and it can even increase it depending on where you find them, how you find them, and their situation. But I personally have found my host families through a website called aupair.com. I'm going to put the link in the description if you want to go sign up for it. It's free to sign up. This is an affiliate link, by the way. Yeah, it's free to sign up for, but there is an option to pay. Basically, if you pay for the membership, you can find out more information on their website. But if you pay for the membership, you can message families who haven't paid to be on the website, so it just makes the communications with every family easier. But I personally didn't pay for my membership, and I've got a contract for 4 to 6 months with a family in Bologna, so you don't really need the paid membership. Just depends if you find a family that you really want to contact but you can't because they haven't paid to be on the website. So yeah, that's definitely a great way to live in a country for free, and again you get a really great like cultural experience as well, because you're living with a family from that country and they'll want to bring you to different places. Like I stayed with a family from Turin and they showed me around Turin because it's such a massive city, and they were really excited to show me around it. So yeah, you'll get to have a really great tour guide as well as a free accommodation and some pay as well. The last way in which you can live in Italy for free that I personally know of is being an online tutor, and this kind of goes hand in hand with being an au pair, because as I mentioned before, when you're an au pair you basically get the whole day free to do whatever you want. And what I plan to do is not only work on this blog, well, the blog that I run, if you don't know already, I run a blog. I basically make these videos into like a written post. If you want to check out my blog, it's in the description. But yeah, I'm going to work on my blog on this YouTube channel, as well as the online course I run about how to be an influencer. So if you want to sign up for that, I'm going to put the link in the description. And also I'm going to be an online tutor, which is the last thing on my list. This is something I personally am working on right now, as the website I want to use to become an online tutor is called Palfish. And to join Palfish, I have to get a TEFL qualification, which stands for Teaching English as a Foreign Language. And you can get some really, really cheaply, which is one I got. I'm going to put some links in the description of places and providers that give really cheap TEFL qualifications. The one I personally am doing is the 150-hour TEFL qualification. Once I pass my 150-hour TEFL qualification, I will then apply for Palfish, the online tutoring website, and if I get through the interview process and everything like that, I will start choosing my hours during the day when the kids are at school to work as an online tutor. This just means that I can kind of collect this money and save this money for when I'm no longer an au pair, and I can use this money to pay off my rent if I decide that's the way I want to go. So those are the 3 ways and kind of tips I have and experiences that I've had of living in Italy for free. And if I missed any ways in which you can live in Italy for free that you personally have experienced or know of, please do let me know in the comments. And also if you know of any ways to like save some money or some tips and tricks of living in Italy, please do comment them also down below. But yeah, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please do give it a big thumbs up, and see you next Saturday for a new video all about living in Italy. See you next week. Bye.